Okay, the next thing I'm going to talk about are these sort of guard towers. Now, I went through a few different versions of how to get these working. These originally, I think they were guard towers. I can't remember what mine settlements thing started inside. So these sort of watchtowers now, I've used the same floor template. I added the fences here because I completely changed how the roofs work. And the roofs now have a lot more across here. Originally it would only be the 2 middle blocks, but I made it go the full 4 across to completely cover the top. So I added the fences all the way down the sides so it didn't look like the roof was floating or was not connected properly. This does have then the negative that I can't just fly into here, I have to actually use the stairs. I've then changed the floor here to be just standard blocks instead of full stairs. But I'm quite happy with how it turned out, and I gave it a stone look instead of the original wood. Because again, I'm talking about some contrast, or when I'm talking about things popping. The contrast really then highlights certain areas and makes it more interesting. If it's all the same colours, like with the snow with the birch, it doesn't stand out so much. But then with the snow against the spruce trees, you've got that sort of contrast, you really see things. So I decided to make these all stone and give them the red roofs. As much as it was then hard to avoid using red roofs, I have not used red roofs for anything except for the watchtowers. As much as I enjoy them, I thought it would be better to keep the sort of direct plan of how these watchtowers go and keep those sort of colours just for watchtowers and not then use the same roofing across other buildings. Sort of means that these stand out a bit. I quite like that. Now, I definitely didn't properly show you these log houses in the video because I have done so many versions of this going through fixing up this area that I completely forgot to grab the original footage. Also, at the time, I was meant to be doing the paths, so normally when I'm doing this, I do it section by section. I don't go, right, I'm going to do all the paths, then I'm going to do all the buildings of this type, and that's what I've done this time, so I could sort of have a look at how it looks going through the process. I had a lot more fun than being able to look back and see how much it improved from these different things that I did. So I originally made it just stone floors to make it stand out. I kept pretty much exactly the original design. I just changed the fence to an upgraded fence. I've then changed that at each location it is a different type of log. And now instead of this being a woodcutter's hut, this is a productive bee settlement. Because I'm going to fill this place up with bees. Insert lots of little gifs of bees here. So there was always productive bees around this village. I've caught them so I can then reintroduce them after all the changes were made. And that's why this is called Birchbee Village. When I stumbled across this place while building the northern line, which runs underneath this village, which at some point I will connect it up. I just haven't done that quite yet. We then have these bees being able to be reintroduced. So we've got bumblebee nest down there, and then we've got the oak nest. Each of these different locations has a different type of log. There are 4 of these locations. We've got spruce here, and we've got acacia down here just to get that sort of variation. And we've also got a nice little log storage location here. It doesn't match the type of log here anymore because this originally was birch, but I've changed it. So yeah, that's these little places. Now I changed it to bricks at the bottom, again for that sort of colour change. At the time when I was working on these, there wasn't much of a contrast, so I added in the bricks. I'm still not so sure if it works. I just can't be bothered to change them anymore. I've just left them. I don't know if it works. But yeah, if anyone's got any better ideas, please shove it down in the comments. At the moment, I average about 1 comment from other people, so when I see a comment, I get excited. If you put your comment there, I will respond to it, because I get excited seeing people interact with my videos.